Hello everyone, welcome back to the 60th video of this modeling. And now, as you can see, I have finished the hair details of this model, and I think it's a very good for now. We don't need too much detailed hair because it's a little model. It will be printed in a small scale. And now we're gonna start to make the cape band, the folders here, and let me turn off our render. And for we do this, we make it, we need some reference, of course, because this folder had a similar format like a U or V, and we try to make it. We're gonna use a draw brush in a small size. We're gonna smooth a little to trying to bend. We just need to do this and up on side here, because when the cape goes down, that bends. We lost that bends, that folders, that folds, right? So we keep our attached here in the shoulder and here too, but we have the hair up on that, so you don't need to do this. Oh, I see that deformation here in the hair. Let me smooth. I didn't see it before. Need to smooth and do this again. Okay, let's come back to the cape, and here we try to use this our first reference in the right corner, down right corner, and let's turn U. Let's use a bigger size of the brush, and this a very large end. Need to turn it more pinch here. You don't need to do a lot of folders, just a little one, just some, not a lot. And the formations here is because we already had some folders in older direction, and you must to fix these points, these veils, these dipped spaces here. You must to try to get up, to put up part of it. Let's move. Sometimes you find some triangles in folders. When you make these folders, it's a very common to the brush make a deep mark, a deep stroke. So like this, I'm doing this down, and they mark deeply here. You need to smooth around to fix that, to fix this deep stroke. That's okay. Let's do one here too. Okay. Just, you don't need to do this all in all our cape. Just the up on, just the upside. Need to take it off. This is a very deep band. Okay. We already have this band in this band here, wide band. It's too much. It's too much deep, too much more sharp, too much sharp. So let's move, and let's move here in the middle and make the last bigger U band. Okay, let's come back and see by this side and try to make it more without this deep veil here. Let's move and push it up. Let's move here too. Let's try to put up a little and move again. We use a lot of times. This move a lot of times. I don't like it so much. I think that folder that we already done are too much. You can use, if you know how to use it, you can use the gravity tool to make this more natural band. I don't use it because when I'm trying to use it before, it didn't work very well, and especially because this figure will be a 3D printed miniature, and the fabric, the gravity effect didn't work very well when I'm trying to get some special to when I'm trying to use solidify. So that's why I don't use that gravity tool. If you know how to do this, please let me know and show me how to do, because I think it's very fast than do it manually, and as I'm making now. But that's only the way that I have done before, and that works for a 3D print. Here in the script we have another type of folder. Not all the bands is like a cone, and come this side and down here, and gonna bigger when going down. And come here and make it bigger in the end. Straighten up and bigger in the end. Here we already had a big folder. Don't forget to move all the time. The move is your best friend for this part. This move is a very important brush to do this, and of course you make a lot of patience, because probably you need to know we need to make it a lot of times and do and redo a lot of times. It's very hard things to do. As you see, it's a very deep here. You need to smooth to take this tip here off. And now here, let's use the pinch brush. Here I have a leg here, and the folder here, the band here is, it's usually trying to make a round. Here we already had a folder here, just increase it a little. Let me push it for this way so you can see. Let's move. So mark here's our circle mark here. I don't know why. Maybe because I use the grab brush to push it up. Here, do you know this wave here, up and down, up and down? That's not usual for a fabric. So let's try to make it more in a line, smooth. The difference between the higher part and the lower part of the band, that's gonna be good for when you want to paint this miniature before, because you can use it to make a highlight in the painting process. So sometimes when I make my models, I forget to put this difference, the big difference between it, and the higher part to the lower part stay too close together with another, and we can't do this effect when the miniatures are printed. So that's why I'm trying to make it very centered, very deep here, very deep, to make easier to see it and use it when you try to paint to the trying to paint, not print. That's already print. This side, like this in here's back. We don't need to make a folder here because it's gonna be, we're gonna have the cape in front of it, so that's not, you don't see it very well. Let's see. That's okay, that's gonna be good. So now we're gonna make I just want to show you how to make clothes in arm here. First of all, we need to inflate a little, because this female base mesh had not too large arms. It's very thin arms, and we need to inflate a little, not too much, just a little. I'm gonna do the same things in the legs, and we come here and use a draw brush. I'm gonna make a stroke here using a cavity, and then after we use the brush this part is going to the shoulder, and let me okay here too. Maybe you're asking yourself why I didn't hide all the objects. I don't do this because I need to see exactly what parts of the arm of this mesh are visible and the final model, because I don't need to make any details if the details are hidden by another object. That's like this. If I hide all and make a details here, when I show all things you can see, because the old objects are in front of it, so you don't need to do this. That's why I always let all objects unhide, and I'm try use this to the better way. Here we need to make a deeper here. Here we're gonna make some straps to hold this gauntlet here, and probably we'll gonna put one here and another here, but I don't know exactly where I'm gonna put it, but I can mark it. Let's set it. Let's see. It's not in a very good place. We had empty spaces between these two objects, and we need to fix it. But for now, let's come back to the object mode and add a cylinder mesh. Scale down. And I'm gonna use this cylinder to make a sketch of the scraps here. It's too large and too big, so scale down. Okay, I just need this to show me where this mesh gonna be. Okay, turn a little, and let's select here. Now I know where the object is gonna be. I can't do my folders, my benders. And we're gonna duplicate and put here, make a little bigger, and just paint in a brown color, paint in a brown color. Okay, so that's it. We already used 20 minutes to show how to do this. Here we're gonna a large space, empty space here. Maybe it's better for the 3D miniature. We feel it. And how I do this, I just increase the mesh here to make here. Okay, you can see the other mesh here, and I smooth. And now, as you can see here, that mesh are touching another mesh, and that's what we want. I need this mesh touch another mesh. You will understand when we start to make a boolean. Do you understand why I do this? It's a very important part of the modeling if you want to print it before, print it after, make a 3D print. That's okay. Oh, I can see the skin tone here because I didn't point this mesh here. Let me add some saturation. Okay, now it's gone, but we can grab it down. Oh, Ctrl Z, select the correct mesh. Okay, so we just need to do this for all meshes, all clothing meshes. For the pants, the legs of this model are very thin, and we need to increase it. And how I make it, I use the clay strips to increase. Well, now I don't need to see the other part, so I must select the leg and the leg's object, just it. And that's better now. Let's come back to the sculpt mode and let's increase this leg are in a low poly mesh yet, and probably we will stay in low poly because we don't need a lot of polygons here. We just need to increase a volume. Oh, Cortez, my name is Diego Cortez, if you don't know. Maybe you can ask me why you do like this. It's so dirty. That's no problem to do this because it will be only I'm gonna use it for a sketch for my bending, my folders in the leg. I use it like a reference. This part, this leg, the part of the leg here, you can see it because the skirt are in front of it. Let's move a little. Okay, now we show all the objects back because I need to see here inside. In the knees we have these folders. Let me remesh, increase a little polygons, just not too much, just a little. And here I didn't hide the camera and the light. Now I'm gonna hide now. Here we use the zigzag folds, comes and zig and zag, and sometimes it makes some diamonds forms, diamond shapes. I'm saying forms for a long time, and I really want to say is the shapes. It's because shapes in Portuguese are forma, so I sometimes I make a little confused. That's normal. I hope that's normal. I hope that's normal. Another strange thing that I do sometimes is when I want to talk to you here, I'm talking here because here is my microphone, but you don't there, you are there, and I forget it too, and I'm talking to you looking by that way. It make no sense. That's not cool. That's not exactly very nice here in the knees. I don't like. Oops, oops. Okay. So we had almost half an hour, and this is what I'm trying to show to you: how to make bands, how to make folders in your clothes, in the cape and the skirt. Oh, let's see it. What happened here? Let's grab up the skirt a little to hide this. Okay, so I hope you understand. I hope you fix it in your mind how I do this, and in the next video we're gonna make the final details, and we finish it. We're gonna make the boolean, and this is a very bored part and spend a lot of time to do this. So I just show you a little part of this process because it's a very large process, and spend here when I do this I'm spending 2 or 3 hours to make it because my PC it's not a very good PC, so that's spending a lot of time. But if you had a good PC, probably you can do this faster. Okay, so I see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoy it. Subscribe here to show all my videos. If you want to know more about my models, my jobs, you just need to know, you must need to know to the mymanufacturer.com and looking for Tenda Arc Studio. You can find all my models. If you want to download some models, you can do this in my manufacturer and cult.com too. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.